Ever think to yourself, if you could go back and redo something, knowing what you know now, it would change everything? Well, you can. And when you do, your limiting beliefs will dissolve. I'm going to show you exactly how in the next 11 minutes. Here's what most people don't understand. Every rejection you experienced, every failure that stung, every moment that you felt not good enough, your brain clustered those experiences together and turned them into beliefs about who you are. These limiting beliefs are the only thing standing between you and your potential. Most people try to override their limits using willpower or positive thinking, but that only ignores the belief rather than directly dissolving it. Attempting to force yourself to believe something different than what you currently believe is another failed strategy. It just creates more internal conflict, like a tug of war that ends with no winners because you're only defeating yourself. What I'm going to teach you is based in Neuro Linguistic Programming, NLP, a process that changes how your mind encoded the experiences that solidified your limiting beliefs so you can dissolve them. It's the same approach I've used for over a decade with hundreds of clients and in my own life. Not only does it works fast. You're not going to fake anything or erase your past. Instead, you'll learn how to restructure your experiences. When you do, change is inevitable. You've probably noticed that the harder you try to change your beliefs, the more stuck you feel. You can change that starting today. Think about what you'd be doing right now if you had no limiting beliefs. You're closer than you think. This not only works for limiting beliefs. Is there a decision you've made in your life that you still judge yourself for? Like that time when you chose a burger over a salad. Okay, only kidding, of course. I mean something harsher, like decisions that still carry emotional weight years later. Moments you replay and judge yourself for, even though no one else remembers them. That judgment is holding you back. The process I'm going to show you will free you from that pain so you can move forward. Later, I'll show you how to adjust the exercise to work for this as well. Before we get into the process, it's important to understand how it works and why it works so fast. Most methods take months or even years of repetition. This works instantly because it goes directly to the structure of how your brain encodes your experiences in the first place. Your limiting beliefs aren't truths about who you are. They're just your mind's way of organizing past experiences. When you change the organization, the belief changes immediately. Unlike the content of your memories, which is what most approaches focus on, you can change structure in an instant. It's a lot easier than trying to spend years proving to yourself that you're better than your self-imposed limitations. Think about it this way. Your brain stores memories on a timeline. If you pause right now and think about something from 10 years ago, notice where it shows up in your personal space. Most people automatically place it somewhere behind or to their left. Your future may extend in front of you or to your right. Every experience on that timeline has a structure. It has brightness, color, distance, and size. That structure is what tells your brain whether an experience is important or trivial, painful or empowering, limiting or liberating. That's why this process is different from everything else you've tried. Affirmations don't work because you're trying to convince yourself of something you don't believe. Journaling can give you insights, but insights don't dissolve beliefs. Willpower and discipline exhaust you because you're fighting against yourself. This process doesn't require any of that. It works with how your brain naturally organizes experience. All you have to do is bring that structure into your consciousness, and then you can change it. Here's a misconception that keeps people stuck. They think their past is fixed, that what happened, happened, and there's nothing you can do about it. That's not true. The events themselves don't need to change, but how your brain encodes those events can change. And when the coding changes, the meaning you make from those experiences changes. That's when limiting beliefs dissolve. Let me tell you a story that changed everything for me. Years ago, I was studying with Robert Dilts, one of the original developers of NLP. He walked me through a process called re-imprinting. I had a limiting belief that had been holding me back for years. I won't get into the specifics, but it was rooted in a painful experience from my childhood. Robert had me go back to that experience on my timeline, but instead of reliving it the way I remembered, he had me bring resources with me. Resources like authenticity, curiosity, and compassion. Internal states I simply didn't have access to as a child, overwhelmed by a stressful situation. But as an adult and not under stress, these resources are easy to access. I slid back on my timeline to just before that painful experience happened, and I brought those resources with me. What happened next was instant. The experience transformed. The facts didn't change, but because I was experiencing it with new internal resources, suddenly the meaning I made of that experience changed. The pain dissolved. The limiting belief that had been built on top of that experience fell apart. And when I moved forward on my timeline back to the present, everything was different. I wasn't the same person anymore. That's when I realized something profound. You can time travel. Not literally, but neurologically. You've probably heard that your brain doesn't know the difference between something you've imagined happening and something that actually happened. That's partially true. Obviously, your mind has a way of organizing real and imagined experiences. Otherwise, you'd be completely lost. Your mind also has a way of organizing past experiences from what is happening now. But the meanings you carry with you this very moment, like how capable, successful, and intelligent you believe you are, is held in place by a type of organization you're already familiar with: cause and effect. It is this organization, more so than the memories themselves, that tells you what your limits are. Reorganize the cause, and you'll get a different effect. When you access a memory, your brain fires the same neural pathways as if you were living it in real time. That means you can go back and restructure how you experience something, and your brain will accept the new meaning as true. You won't just feel better, you become different. The version of you who believed those limitations can't access the same possibilities that the version of you without those limitations can. That new version of you stops hesitating. You stop second-guessing yourself. You just move forward. Here's the process. I'm going to give you an overview, and then you can download the full step-by-step PDF in the description below. If you get stuck at any point, come back to this video and watch it again. You can also drop a comment or question below so I can help you through it. And if enough people are interested, I'll do a live tutorial where I will walk you through the process in real time. Before I get into the overview, I want to address something important. Some people worry that this process might erase their past or change them in ways that they don't like. It won't. This is a powerful process, so I understand when people are concerned. Know this: the events of your life happened. This isn't about denying that. It's about restructuring how you relate to those events so they no longer limit you. You're not deleting anything. You're transforming it. And if for any reason you don't like the change, you can always change it back. It's less about trying to believe something new and more about realizing that the old belief no longer makes sense. Here's the quick overview so you understand how this works. Don't take notes, just listen and notice what comes up, sort of like a meditation. Then do the exercise step by step from the PDF. Step 1, think of a time when you were in flow, a time when you felt resourceful, like any internal resource you needed was available to you. Maybe it was a moment when you were completely focused, confident, and capable. Model that state by noticing how you experienced it. When you remember it, are you fully immersed in the memory, or are you observing yourself from the outside? What do you see? What do you hear? How does it feel? Notice the brightness, the colors, the space around you. The structure is important because you're going to use it later. Step 2, identify your limiting belief. Something like, I'm not good enough, or I can't make money doing something I enjoy. Then ask yourself, how do I know this is true? What experiences have I had that makes this belief feel real? Single out the one experience that has had the most influence in causing you to believe this belief. The one that when you think about it, you feel that belief lock into place. Step 3, think of counterexamples. Times when the opposite of your limiting belief was true. If your belief is, I'm not good enough, find times when you felt so free and whole that the very idea of being good enough or not good enough was irrelevant. If it's, I can't make money doing something I enjoy, find times when you did. What internal resources were you accessing during those moments? Maybe it was joy, determination, or authenticity. Identify at least 3 resources that made those positive experiences possible. Step 4. This is where the magic happens. Imagine sliding back on the timeline of your life to just before that major negative experience, the one that influenced you so strongly to believe the limiting belief you want to dissolve. But this time, bring those resources with you. Also, use the structure of your flow state that you modeled. Bring all of it, the brightness, the colors, and the resourcefulness. Step 5, stay immersed in this resourceful state as you move forward on your timeline. Let this new perspective shift all of your experiences as you pass through them. Notice how it changes how you feel and think. When you get to that negative experience you singled out, notice what happens. It can't stay the same anymore, can it? It shifts instantly. What becomes possible now? What do you do differently? How does it change your belief? Step 6. Keep moving forward up your timeline, spreading resources throughout your history until you arrive at the present. Now see your future self step out in front of you. What do you look like 1 year from now after living this resourceful state? What have you accomplished? What do you believe about yourself now? Step 7, check for resistance. When you see that future you, is there any part of you that objects? Any resistance to becoming that person? If so, address it. Ask that part what it wants for you. What is its positive intention? Then integrate that intention into your vision of your future self. Keep doing this until there's no more resistance. Step 8, ask yourself, what's it like to believe this new belief instead of the old limiting belief? Notice the difference. As I mentioned before, this process doesn't just work for limiting beliefs. It works for any experience you're still judging yourself for. Maybe there's a decision you made years ago that you still regret. Perhaps there's something you did that you can't forgive yourself for. Single out that moment on your timeline. Gather your positive template and resources from your flow state and slide back in time to before the incident. Then run the process just like you would do for a limiting belief. Some resources you'll likely need are love, connection, and compassion. You won't understand this process just by thinking about it. The only way to learn it and truly get it is by doing it. Download the PDF in the description below, watch this video again if you need to, and then do the process. Drop a comment or question below if you need help. I will respond to you. This process is one piece of a much larger system. It's the same system that governs your identity as well as whether or not you will create the life you want to live. If you're ready to go deeper, I've got another video for you. You'll find it right here on your screen. As my mentor Steve Andreas used to say, something is only difficult when you don't know how to do it. Watch this next video to continue learning how to do it.